What's up, guys? It's your girl Kendall here with 420 Intuition, and welcome to my channel. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Well, welcome, guys. This is going to be for a celebrity requested reading for the friendship of Taehyung and Jimin. Okay. So if keep in mind, if you guys know more tea than I do, feel free to comment below and let your girl know. And lastly, if there's any other celebrity or celebrity couple you guys would like me to do a reading on, feel free to comment below and with their full name and their birthday, and I'll make sure to add them to the list, okay? So enough with that. Let's get right into it. This is going to be Jimin over here and Taehyung over here, okay? So let's go ahead and get Jimin's angel oracle, oracle advice on their energy towards their friendship with Taehyung. Will you leave me like the others? So maybe there's been some issues with Jimin's life and friendships, and maybe he's lost some friends along the way of his success or along the way of the business, and so maybe he's just questioning if Taehyung truly has a loyalty to him or to their friendship, or maybe I feel like that's overall what he's trying to do, is basically trying to see if this person has his back like he has his, or maybe if he's questioning, should I have your back, or do you really have mine? So there's some trust issues here, but I don't think this just stemming just from this situation. This gives me vibes that possibly this person has had some issues when it comes to friends, maybe even friends in the industry of the past, and they're really, have their wall up. All right, so let's get for Taehyung. It says, I can't do this right now. So maybe they're going through a lot. And again, with their trust issues, for Jimin's trust issues of just people in their life period, maybe the distance of their friendship as of right now has this person questioning, are we really friends? Or, I'm going through something, I need my boys. And maybe he's just saying, hey, I have a lot going on my plate. It's not like we're not friends. I just can't deal with this right now. Because sometimes I think friends have to realize that yes, you are supposed to be able to lean on your friends, your true friends. But if you're real friends and your friend's going through something, sometimes your friend needs space. Sometimes people need space to get things together. And I think that's what's happening. I think there's just a simple disconnect that possibly could be very solved really easily. All right, so let's get Jimin's overall energy towards Taehyung. He has the Two of Swords as well as the Knight of Cups reverse. All right. So, and then the underneath the deck that he doesn't know of is the Emperor. So there could be some jealousy. I don't know. I don't really know who's outshining who. But that could be underlying. Maybe he, sees him as like a mentor type of situation, a big brother, someone he can definitely learn a lot from. So he's starting to kind of freak out that maybe he's losing that guidance right now. I definitely feel with the Two of Swords reverse and the Knight of Cups, he does possibly want to reconcile and have this conversation of like, yo, bro, what's going on? But I don't think he's overextending himself simply because he doesn't want to keep trying. I think he's in the space right now, like, damn, like I want to learn from this person. I want to mend this mentor, big brother, little brother situation, that type of thing. But honestly, I don't want to keep trying and forcing myself on this person. So I think he's keeping his distance. I don't think it's anything malicious. I think he's keeping his distance, but possibly because he getting overactive imagination, saying we're not friends, I thought we were, and questioning things. He just has to get his emotions in check. That's pretty much what that is. Oh, shut the front door. I promise you, I had no idea what that card was. Well, that makes sense. So this definitely is about each other. The Emperor right here, his overall energy towards him is, yes, he sees that, and yes, he's still holding on, but there's things he has to do. He has to be in his Emperor bag. You see him as an Emperor, so you should understand this man's busy, okay? This man's real busy. An Emperor doesn't sit there like an Emperor, when you're a boss of the boss of the boss, and you're sitting here and having a lot of offers and deals, and I really feel like he's solely focused on his career, and he's kind of had his tunnel vision. So when he's focused on these moves, he's not going to sit there and just like, no offense, just fuck that off for a friend. Like, sometimes it's not that important. Sometimes you just have to like allow time to happen. I think Jimin might be more of an attached style of friend, and Taehyung might be more of a detached style of friendship, where it's like we don't have to talk to each other all the time, or maybe he's leaning towards that, or maybe he's a chameleon where he's able to go depending on what he's doing. Sometimes he might be more attached when there's not a lot going on, and when there is a lot going on, he has to be detached. But whatever it is, do I feel like Taehyung is giving up on this friendship? No, I think Jimin just needs to like chill out for 1 second. And I can't blame him. Again, I think it's his past. So how does he currently feel about Taehyung? Now, there's a lot of cards that came out for this. We have the Page of Pentacles reversed, the Three of Swords upright, the Devil came out, as well as the Six of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. What the hell? Okay, the vibe that I get from this is interesting, how he's really heartbroken behind this. Maybe he just feels like he's giving olive branches to him, texting him, trying to say, hey, what's up, and just to no avail. I think part of him feels as though, I don't know if maybe he's been heartbroken between two people. I don't know if there's two different women that he's been having some conflicts with. Or that's what I get. I get that reason why he really wants to reach out is I think he wants to confess or go to the Emperor for advice when it comes to his love life. Maybe he was doing some sneaky shit and both these people left him. People left him alone. I think he's overall hurt the fact that he's not really getting that mentor thing from him right now. This gives me big brother vibes. He's mad that he can't confess his pain that he's going through to his big brother. And people have turned their back on him in the past when it came to hard times. That makes sense. That's interesting, though. There's some level of jealousy, though. It's weird because I do feel like there could be a third party situation going on in his personal life that he wants to confide in him with, that maybe the person he really wants is not is turning their back. Maybe the Queen of Wands is who he really wanted, but they turned their back on him. But I feel like there's some jealousy though too. Maybe Taehyung could be connected with someone. This is interesting. He's hurt though. He definitely wants to understand. He wants to have a conversation to understand, to go over some things. I think this is more adoration. If it's not about three people, this could be the fact that how he feels is that he wants to, have that brotherhood, but he's being ignored. This is a lot of it about ignoring. This is a lot about offering and being rejected. It's a lot, especially with the Three of Swords being the smack dab in the middle and the Six of Swords reverse, someone wanting to reconcile. Yeah, he needs to calm down. He's going to ruin a friendship like this. Kind of suffocating a friendship. Because, there is some conflict here. He wants to talk about some conflict he's having. All right. How does Taehyung feel about Jimin and his friendship? Look at this. I don't really feel... He's just like, we just cool out. We're still cool. The offer is still here. The Page of Pentacles. He feel like if he reached out... That's the thing. He hasn't... I think he's reached out, but hasn't reached out to the extent that possibly he's like, oh my God, I forgot. I'll get back to him. He's knowing he's going to get back to him. He's freaking out because he hasn't responded. This is very juvenile. But hey, I can't really talk about somebody. All right, so we have here for how does Taehyung, how does he feel about Jimin? We have the Five of Wands, Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords reversed, the Ten of Swords reversed, the Page of Swords reversed, the Six of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Again, I think he says, okay, I'll get to you when I get to you. A lot of his focus isn't on him. I think he does possibly, I really want to know what kind of messages did you send to him? Because this is avoidance at this point. I think the fact that it's avoidance partly because he has a big financial mission that he's on. He has a lot going on right now, so he's not giving any energy to this. But I'm going to fault Taehyung on this is the fact that this at first it was coming to I'm too busy. Now it's coming off like you're avoiding this person, not really answering, not responding, not getting back, just saying, I have so much shit going on. There's a certain point where you possibly do need to reach out to your friend and say, hey, I'm still here, don't freak out, I know you're going through a lot. Once I'm done dealing with I'll be right here for you, but I always got you. I'm just really, really busy. So I think that he needs to give respect enough to Jimin to tell him the truth. That, hey, I'm not avoiding you, bro. I know you got going on. I know you got all that. But honestly, in Taehyung's mind, whatever I think it's a romantic situation he really wants to talk to him about. Besides, him being that mentor for him and stuff like that. But I think that's heavily on his mind. There is a romance thing here I'm getting. Especially with these. I can't get over this Three of Swords and these two parties and manipulation in between. I can't get over that. But Taehyung just sees that as frivolous. He's like, I got bigger fish to fry. I ain't paying you no mind, not because we're not friends, but I got fucking goals. Come on now. I can't do this right now. Man, Jimin's kind of an emotional person. All right, so we're going to see what do they feel is standing in the way? What does Jimin feel like is standing? Shut up. Feel like is standing in his way with his friendship with this person. We have the King of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Moon, and the Ace of Pentacles. Money standing in their way, a fear of I think they possibly had some kind of words of him trying to tell him, because the Five of Wands is about conflict. It's about, could be about conflict happening. And honestly, I feel like a conflict did happen. It's very odd though. He feels like a King of Wands to me, which could be another version of an Emperor, has turned his back. His back is literally turned. Whatever conflict they had, I think that he feels like that is what settled them not being friends. But friends have conflicts as well. It could have been a fight. It's definitely a heartbreaking situation, especially with the Three of Cups. So this Three of Cups situation, maybe, hear me out. What I feel possibly happened was Jimin confessed or tried to confide in Taehyung at the wrong time. I think he tried to was kind of pushing it a little bit because, again, he's emotionally going through what he's going through. So he's not really thinking straight. And then he, in a sense, by reaching out to his friend and possibly, I think they had some words about, look, dude, I'm just busy. Stop this whole woe is me. Are we still friends? What the fuck? I'm just flat out, I'm just busy, okay? That conflict really set Jimin back even more so emotionally because, mind you, he's still going through something, right? Going through a personal thing. And I honestly feel besides the money, I think that conflict has had him double in his fear about we're not going to be friends anymore and double freaking out. So his silence is what's standing in the way. I truly feel like Taehyung is just not talking to him. But again, I think it's more a professional thing. I don't think it's anything personal. What does Taehyung feel is standing in their way? Unequal give and take. I said as far as him being over communicative, probably just throwing a lot of things on his shoulders when he's saying not right now. And he doesn't like it. So what's standing in his way is he's removing himself. He's going into his hermit mode. He's removing his energy of giving to this. He's removing that. I think he possibly did have an attitude, or he said something. Jimin said something to Taehyung flat out that turned him off. This case in point, the Knight of Swords, that's 100% someone charging in and putting their foot in their mouth. And that's exactly what happened. That's what I feel like happened. I feel like that conversation, yes, so it was an argument, possibly. Maybe words were given, his words of disappointment in their friendship. Like, are you going to turn your back on me? I just really need a friend right now. Again, I don't know to the extent of their relationship. I'm just going off what the cards are telling me. And the vibe that I get is he just doesn't see it right now. He's like, I don't have time. Taehyung is not taking the personal route. He's really focused on him. He's focused on his future. He's focusing on all that. And he's trying to block out any bullshit because he doesn't have any room for that. He just has to respect it. I'm not saying Jimin's needy. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that, I get where he's coming from. You ever get to the point where you just want to talk to somebody, but everybody's just so busy, and the people I wouldn't say that. The people you really, 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 really trust with everything are just busy, and you feel like you have no one to talk to because the people you trust aren't available. That's what I get from this. I'll be honest. I don't really think that this is that serious. All right, so what's the next step? What's the next step that Jimin's going to take towards his friendship with Taehyung? We have the Eight of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. I think he's going to persist. I think he's going to kind of distance himself in a little bit, wait till he comes towards him, and then have an open and honest conversation of why he's been so defensive. I think he's definitely going to have to realize that boundaries have to be set. I think there's going to be possibly him confessing, like, I understand I possibly crossed a couple lines, and this was just mainly because I was going through a lot. I think he's still nervous though. He actually might. Here's the thing. I feel like he's going to be completely open? No, because he's in the space of his emotions right now. So he might actually have this conversation. Say, well, when I decide to be friends with you, that's when I'll decide to be friends with you. That's weird. It's like he's waiting for the chance to reject him because he feels rejected. Okay, I guess. All right, so what is the next step for Taehyung towards Jimin? We have Two of Cups reversed, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, the Hangman upright. We also have the Ten of Wands reversed, the Tower moment, the Sun, and the Temperance. Nothing. He's not doing jack shit, but doing what he said he's going to be doing. Honestly, I would like to be a fly on this wall because I really want to know what to the extent you could have said to kind of like, okay, you know what? I take that back. The reason why I feel Taehyung is doing this, at least towards the end of doing nothing and just sitting back and like not really giving into this at all, like, you know, that's not the right time for me to do all of this because I have everything else I have to figure out. I have to learn these lessons. I have to figure things out. I think he's really focused on his career. I just feel as though he feels smothered. It's kind of like, you know, a little brother or a little sister who always wants to go with you somewhere. Like every time you had to do something, they had to come along. And right now he's like, I need to be selfish. I'm sorry, dog, but I have to be selfish. Do I feel like he's heading towards him? No. I feel like he feels like it's one last baggage on his plate. And again, I can't necessarily blame him all the way because he has things he's trying to do. But I also could say, man, maybe be a little softer towards your friend. I don't know. This one got me. Because it's weird because the desire for that friendship is here, but I think he's just got tired of trying. And I wholeheartedly think that there's a lover situation here, not necessarily between these two, but between him and two different people, a water sign and a fire sign that he's dealing with. And he was just basically, what would the emperor do? Bro, I need your advice. And he's not there. So right now, it's a little rocky. So I feel like they'll be friends again eventually. I think when I feel like when Taehyung gets out of this hangman, whatever life lessons he's going through, whatever things he's trying to teach himself now, maybe having more discipline when it comes to his career. Once that dust settles of him being super hyper focused, I think he's going to be honest with him about their friendship. And I think they will reconcile. I think they just need to have a really healthy conversation about boundaries and about like, just because if I'm busy and I'm not available, that does not mean we're nothing. That just means I'm busy. Again, attached style of friendship, more detached style of friendship. It says don't stop and no need to worry. Again, I think the don't stop is focus on you, Taehyung. I think the don't stop is the same that I think that Jimin needs to focus on whatever emotional healing he has to do because there is some emotional things going on behind the scenes. I definitely feel like he possibly feels like he's being left behind financially, potentially. But I think it's overall of needing a friend. They're still friends. It's just, right now, it's just like the schedules won't. Life is lifing, okay? That's exactly what I'm going to call that. Life is lifing because Spirit is letting both of these people don't stop what you have to do. You don't need to worry about this. You guys will come back as friends. You guys will work this out. You just need to focus on healing and you're doing the right thing by focusing on you guys and eventually you'll be back together as friends. That's how I feel. He's just freaking out for nothing. And I wouldn't say for nothing. I don't want to minimize it because I think he's going through a lot emotionally. I think he's been rejected by friends, family, relationships, partners, possibly even through like some contracts falling through, stuff like that. So he's going through a lot emotionally. He just has to get himself together before he really, has this conversation about boundaries so he doesn't get triggered to a deeper emotional level. Because boy, oh boy, there's just emotions all over here. All right. So hopefully this video resonates for you guys. If it did, please comment below. Let me know. Let me know some more insight. Also, smash the like button on the way out. And on that note, I'll see you guys later.